Hi folks, Wes at Lock Monday Chevrolet Buick. You know, we're getting to the colder temperatures now, and we're dealing with remote start type weather, and we're going to be dealing with some of that white stuff that's flying around pretty soon. Keeping that in mind, it's important that you know how to operate the various modes in your four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle, and what time to use those modes. Now, in the case of my Silverado here, I have multiple modes available on my transfer case. This is traditionally a rear-wheel drive vehicle unless I engage it otherwise. A lot of all-wheel drive vehicles are front-wheel drive, and then we can engage all-wheel drive. So in the case of a Silverado, what we have is on the left-hand side of the steering column are my four-wheel drive controls. I have everything from an automatic four-wheel drive mode to a 4 high. In my truck I have a 4 low. Then of course I have two-wheel drive. Now, we see this happen a lot at the dealership, and I've encountered multiple customer vehicles where the four-wheel drive mode was being used improperly. Let me explain what I mean by that. In slippery conditions is when you should be using four-wheel drive. Or alternatively, I should say, in a truck like this, I can be using the automatic four-wheel drive mode. However, it's very important to keep in mind that automatic four-wheel drive really shouldn't be used all year round. The reason for that is, on dry pavement, the all-wheel drive system over time can bind up your four-wheel drive system, your front differential, your transfer case. And we've had situations where a customer has been driving around for several thousand miles in automatic four-wheel drive, and lo and behold, they show up at the dealership complaining about not being able to turn corners. And at one point, we had a customer vehicle that would not even move unless the throttle was applied pretty heavily when they were trying to turn corners. It would come to a complete stop in the parking lot. The reason for that was the all-wheel drive, or the automatic four-wheel drive, was engaged and had been engaged for several thousand miles, and we had the system bound up. So, rule of thumb is, if the weather conditions are nasty, we have slippery roads, we have rainy conditions, things like that, automatic four-wheel drive in the case of Silverado, or all-wheel drive in your vehicle, is certainly okay and called for. If we have nothing but snow on a four-wheel drive truck, put it in 4 high. That way you won't have to worry about whether it's engaging or disengaging. Now, in certain conditions, 4 low would be appropriate. Not most for driving down the road. But with the traction situation, you have to keep in mind, again, don't try to use all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive on dry pavement. Keep this in mind in the coming days, because I hate to say it, but the snow's coming, and we're going to need to make sure that we know how to operate everything. Hope this helps, and hope you have a great weekend, and I hope the snow holds off for a little while longer, but be prepared when it comes. Thanks.